Hello, welcome to another Andy Drinks Beer, the show where Andy, come on, drinks beer. It is the first couple of days of fall, even though it's a million bazillion degrees here in Minnesota. That's why we're actually inside. I mean, we usually film these things outdoors or in the garage, but it's too hot. It's like 9 billion degrees. Also, 9 billion is how many pumpkin spice things we're going to be consuming this fall. And to kick it off, we got Sam Adams 20 pounds of pumpkin. I'm actually excited to try this because I, for one, I don't begrudge people for all of the pumpkin spice stuff that they drink, whether it be lattes, Oktoberfest, pumpkin spice beer, I'd say whatever at this point. And also, what about pumpkin pie? What about pumpkin bars? Ooh, with a dollop of kuhuepata. It's so good. It is so good. So I like pumpkin flavored stuff. I don't know about all of y'all, but we're going to try this beer. It's a seasonal from Sam Adams. They've been around for a couple of years. It's a 5.7% ABV and a 14 IBU. So this thing is going to be pretty high gravity, and also it's going to be very, very smooth. I'm going to guess probably a little bit of sweet with the pumpkin. All right. So from the smell, like even if you didn't know that this is a pumpkin beer, like you could tell you're going to be in for it. It's slightly sweet. It's going to be a little bitter, I'm guessing. From the color here, dark caramel, sort of a darker brown too. And if you just look at this thing, it's like, is this going to be like a English stout? Is this going to be more like a brown ale? Well, let's give it a little sippy. Wow, the pumpkin really comes through, and it's what people like about lots of pumpkin stuff, where it's slightly sweet, except not overly saccharine sweet. It has that natural sweetness, but it also balances with some bitterness, almost some savoriness, which is why, if you've ever had pumpkin ravioli, that is so freaking good, especially if they pair it up with like a goat cheese or a mascarpone in those raviolis, and like a nice little brown butter sauce with a little bit of cinnamon, maybe some cardamom in that sauce. It is so good. It is so amazing. And with this, I think it has a good balance between the savoriness, sort of the almost earthiness, slight bitterness, and slight sweetness. And this is a really good beer. This on Crushable or Sipper, this is definitely going to be crushable. I could see when actually we do get to fall weather, and say that you're out at the tailgate, bundled up, say it's like a 60 degree morning. Throw back a couple of these, let you know that it is fall. It is football season. This is from their website. Real pumpkin, close to 20 pounds of it per barrel, and warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg give this brew a smooth, hearty, and inviting character, perfect for the crisper fall days. I agree. And there is just something about fall where it's Thanksgiving's on the way, and it's football season, and then you got Christmas and New Year's, and everyone sort of, it winds down, sort of takes a knee in victory formation on the year, and there's just something about it. Oh, colder weather? I for one, besides driving in it, but colder weather, I like it when it gets a little cooler. I don't mind a little snow on the ground. I know that sounds kind of weird, even though we're in Minnesota, but also it sort of gives you free range to maybe put on a pound or two, because if you put on weight during the summer, which, by the way, it's also easy to do with all of the beer that you're drinking, all the shandies, and also how much grilling you're doing, it adds up, especially when you're walking outside and maybe you haven't done cardio in a little while, and then you got the sweat on your brow, and then you're like, But in the winter, you're fine. You can even wear a sweater. You can even wear a vest. I like wearing the vest. What food to pair well with this? I think like stewed meat, braised meat. I'm all about in winter and fall, like crock pot cooking. Like you get a nice leg of lamb or a lamb shank, or a beef shank, make a little asabuco going on in there, or even if you just get like a nice little pork loin, get that going, and you roast it for, All right, so what I like to do is you cook it through first, whether it be slow roasting, whether it be a slow cooker, and then you get that thing super dry, coat it with olive oil, a bunch of spices, and then sear that sucker. I mean, most people sear and then they finish it in the oven, but if you do it in the oven or the slow cooker, and then you sear, it's cooked all the way through, and then you put that crust on. Just sort of really lock it. It's so freaking good. This would go amazing with this. I realize that the show basically devolves into just cooking tips. It happens. Compared to a movie or TV show, oh, this is like NFL films. The autumn wind as a pirate. Dun, 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 dun. Because this tastes like friggin' football. I mean, it straight up does. With the, also Thanksgiving football, bust out a case of this, or bring in their fall sampler pack, which we're going to do a couple of energy drink spirits off of, and you're ready to go. Hell, instead of bringing the pumpkin pie, bring this. Actually, bring the pumpkin pie too. What does this remind me of? Thanksgiving's, football. Fall hay rides. Have you ever done one of those? And usually it happens when you got cooler weather, and then you go through pumpkin patches, and you pick a pumpkin, then your kid carves into a jack-o'-lantern, or you do it for them because you don't want them to cut themselves with the X-Acto knife and that whole thing. Yeah, and also, it's not a hayride unless you sneak booze on. So come on, so bringing in a couple of these, a little contraband, ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Last but not least, our rating system. 1 out of 10 Reuben Studders, 10 being the best, and 1 being Reuben Studdered. How does Sam Adams 20 pounds of pumpkin stack up? I gotta go 10. Like, I have no qualms with this beer. It is smooth, it's slightly sweet, you love the color, you love the slight maltiness, and it's got enough kick on the back end where it lets you know that you're drinking a beer, but also it's not going to be too damn filling, and you just have to appreciate the flavor where it's a mix of the sweet, the savory, the bitter. It's just good. It is just so damn good. So hats off Sam Adams again. The OG, craft brewery. I know that some people knock Sam Adams like, that's mass produced. That's the man. Where do you think they started? And then they just became mass produced because everyone liked their beer. Who knew? Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the button right there. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All at Andy Carlson Show. Prost.